We've asked a lot of our servers and our business owners.
I don't like it there.
You don't like it? So thumbs up or thumbs down?
There's down.
Thumbs down. All right.
A lot of the people that have the attitude that they should not have to get a vaccine are often the kinds that are kind of problematic as customers.
Part of me feels like flipping the bird at the system because we should have been able to do this the whole time anyways.
You know, with a taste of freedom, it's just a little bit more delicious, isn't it?
It's official. The provincial vaccine passports in British Columbia are dropped. So where better to get a plate of good food than Kitsilano's Corduroy Restaurant. Why? Well, if you've been following my reports at Rebel News, you know that this restaurant has been shut down not once, but twice due to refusing to discriminate against Canadians based on their medical choices.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
We're going to talk to the owner, Rebecca Matthews, about the struggle so far and what they're celebrating today. And we're also going to ask some people passing by about what they think about people not being segregated when it comes to simple things like getting a good pizza. What do you think about restaurants being able to be open for everybody right now in British Columbia?
It's a tough one because I really feel like the pandemic has been really hard on our industry, like the restaurant industry, and we've asked a lot of our servers and our business owners to accommodate. But I do feel that we need to be cautious right now too.
It's a tough one. Hey?
I can see both sides, and yeah.
Do you think we'll see it back, these types of restrictions?
I'm hopeful that if we're careful and if we are mindful of what we do, and how we care for ourselves and wear masks where they're appropriate and take the appropriate precautions, that we won't have to.
What's your thoughts on vaccine passports dropping? No thoughts. Typical Vancouver spirit. What do you think about restaurants being open for everyone right now? Good or bad?
Good. I'm excited.
Yeah?
I work in a restaurant, so I want people to be like cool about it still. But
did you guys suffer any kind of losses while mandates were in place financially? Do you know? Or?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I work for Chop, which is a steakhouse, and they're owned by the Sandman, so they're okay. I definitely feel bad for kind of smaller businesses, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you think we'll see them return?
Chop or
Mandates like the...
I think it's up to how smart people are, to be honest. I don't know. I just want people to like be respectful and cool still. I'm definitely pro-vax and pro-masking when you can still. A lot of the people that have the attitude that they should not have to get a vaccine are often the kinds that are kind of problematic as customers. So I'm a little nervous for that. But
Do you think that it's only people who are unvaccinated who have those concerns, or is it a mix?
I think it's a mix.
All right, you're coming to eat at Corduroy. On the first day, they're legally allowed to serve everybody the same menu item as the store or the restaurant next to them. What do you think today?
Well, you know what? I'm really excited. Is it a perfect thing to celebrate? No, it is not, but we'll take it. It's been 7 months of not being able to eat freely, and I'm just ready, and I'm just amped. It feels like a holiday today somehow.
That's nice. Do you think we're going to see a return of these types of mandates?
Unfortunately, I do. I don't see the government letting up with the amount of control they've leveraged over our lives. And of course, you want to be positive about the future. You want to be optimistic. But we're 2 years in to 2 weeks to flatten the curve, right? So I think that we still need to keep our guard up and keep the pressure on our governments to make sure that it doesn't happen again. But, I'm not optimistic.
Well, there's no doubt the restaurant owners here have gone through a lot when it comes to the battle of freedoms and following their passion of feeding the public. What's your favorite food here at Corduroy?
Oh my gosh, their pizzas are amazing. Their meat lovers pizza, they just do it right. They do it with love. And, with a taste of freedom, it's just a little bit more delicious, isn't it?
Today the passport dropped. What do you think about everybody being able to eat at restaurants today?
Sorry, we can't speak English very well, so we can't say everything. Sorry.
Vaccine passports good, bad?
All best. Oh. Actually, I don't like it there.
You don't like it? So thumbs up or thumbs down?
There's down.
Thumbs down. All right.
All right, Rebecca. Oh my gosh, did you ever think this day was going to come?
I don't know. I was not expecting it, honestly. I was kind of worried that these passports were here to stay, so I'm really excited tonight.
And you know, you are the pinnacle of the boss mom that, you know, you would think that the left encourages to be in business. I mean, you were working, I think, until you popped the baby out. Now you're here wearing the baby. What has it been like for those who haven't seen the reports we've done with you? Just a recap of the struggles of being shut down first for saying enough is enough, we're going to do indoor dining. And then after that for not discriminating when it came to the vaccine passport.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's been a 2-year journey, and I always say in the beginning we did comply. We actually shut down our business for 6 months because we didn't know what this thing was. We wanted to give our staff this feelings to be safe and not have to stress. It was hard to staff because of CERB and all that stuff. So like, you know what, we'll just close. We'll ride this thing out. It'll be over, and we'll just move on after. And then the fall came, and we realized this thing wasn't going away. So we reopened, and it felt almost normal. And then they cut our capacity in half, well, all restaurants in half, and the business hours in half. That was the first blow. And then it was just one thing after another that they were just trying to squash the restaurant industry, it felt like. And so come spring, when they gave down the report that they were going to close restaurants for indoor dining for a few weeks, we were like, this is not going to be a few weeks. And so we decided to peacefully protest and say, you know what, enough is enough. We asked for FOI requests, we asked for the data to back it up, and we didn't get that. So we said, you know what, we have to take a stand. This isn't right. You understand what you're doing here is trespassing on my private property? You don't agree? Okay. All right. And like you said, yeah, we got closed down that first time, reopened, and then when we heard news of the Vax Passes coming in, it was an immediate no. We were never going to ask for that. And we decided to take a stand with that one as well. So,
and took a stand, and you fought along the way. You did have some legal help from 2 different lawyers. Initially through the fight, the vaccine passports, Bruce Helsor from Victoria was one of the people who helped you.
To fight the government, that's a big task. It's another thing for Rebecca. She's got to earn a living. She's got to find a way to quickly be allowed to open her restaurant up again and get back to employing her employees and feeding her family.
For those of you guys who don't know, Rebel News partnered with the Democracy Fund and helped over 2,000 Canadians, whether it was fighting fines or later on getting in issues like this, and more recently 20 vaccine-related cases. And it's a charity that you should still check out because we're getting to trials and all of those things. So I'm going to remind you, if you'd like to support that legal fight, please go to fightvaccinepassports.com. Then you had another lawyer too, I'm forgetting the name.
Raminder Hare, yes.
This is another one of those big movements that the court system, I feel, should and will have to adjust their views on.
But I don't want to downplay how much you guys, you dug into the information and you really just kept trying to find a way. And what maybe some people don't know is you found a way, a loophole, got in trouble for that, and then they kind of bended the rules. And so you've been able to be open like a restaurant to a certain degree without the alcohol, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when we heard the Vax Passes and we got the PHO, I went through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I noticed that fast food restaurants were allowed to serve without checking passports. And I said, okay, well, there we go. If they can operate, then so can we. So we switched to fast food, counter service model, initially served alcohol, and then got in trouble for that, closed us down. But then they said, okay, you know what? You can reopen, but you can't serve alcohol. And we took it because there was no way we were going to check for passports. And the feedback, we were lined up around the block when we decided to not check passports. It was just tears of joy, hugs. People were so grateful that we were providing a space, so we knew we had to keep that going forward. And so we took the no alcohol and we remained open that way. And it's been really successful and it's been really great.
What would you describe this moment right now, April 8th, when you're allowed to just let people walk in regardless of their medical choice and no weird conditions? Is it a celebration or what is that?
A part of me feels like flipping the bird at the system because we should have been able to do this the whole time anyways. But of course, we are excited that we can fully operate our business without the worry or the stress. We can start to claw back the massive debt that I'm sure all restaurants have incurred the last 2 years, and just have a place where people can just feel normal. I hate saying that word these days, but it's true. I mean, that's what...
Well, at this point, it's almost like people are anti-normalists when they're like, no, the science says, we should be together, but still, no.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask you a good question in case people are wanting to come out here and eat. What's your favorite item on your menu?
The lamb pizza. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah.
All right, there you have it. Rebecca Matthews with Corduroy, open for business. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you live in a province that just dropped vaccine passports, where did you go? And let us know in the comments. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Drea.
My mug? I know. It's pretty cool. So is this hoodie I got on, and you could have it on too if you check out our special website at rebelnewsstore.com. That's where you can see Freedom Focus hoodies that we have for you, beanies, cell phone cases, you name it, all while supporting our journalism, where we fight to bring you the other side of the story, as opposed to, being forced by the Trudeau government to fund leftist media out of your taxes. The truth is, without you and your generosity, there is no Rebel News. So again, if you like the reports that we bring you and that we also fight for freedoms in Canada, please consider doing some shopping, picking up some swag at rebelnewsstore.com. We appreciate your support.